Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a general advice rune reading. Now, a general advice rune reading means that I'm going to be doing this for everybody who watches the video. Now, we're going to be using runes from the Elder Futhark. The Elder Futhark being a runic system basically from the northern tradition, from northern European spiritual ancients, basically, elders. And this Elder Futhark has to do with the primordial forces that came into existence even before the gods, even before the gods were even starting to form. The runes existed. They're often called the gods of the gods. And now I've never really seen a rune reading for multiple people on a video. I mean, everybody who watches a video. I've only seen rune readings for individuals, and I've done rune readings for individuals. I've never done one for a video for everybody who watches a video. But I think that if you find this video, you're likely to benefit from the advice that you find, this general advice that we're about to deal with. And this is my 301st video. I've made 300 prior videos on YouTube, and I wanted to do something special, something that I've never really seen before. So that's what we're going to start with. The first rune is going to be overview. The second rune is going to be challenge, and the third rune is going to be action, what you need to do, obviously, for the state of affairs that we're about to find out, because the runes have advice for everyone, and I think that doing a general rune reading for everybody would be something that's beneficial to anyone who watches this video. So we're going to draw one, and I'm going to start by drawing the runes facing me, so that we can have a basis. And I'm going to put all the runes right here on these X's. Now the first one I drew is movement. I'll put that right there. Now, movement is basically a capital M, and in this case, it's upside down. Now, movement deals with the duality of a person. Movement deals with basically one's ability to traverse the nine worlds and this world effectively, be able to move about, but also to engage and progress through wherever they happen to be at on a spiritual path or a material path or wherever they are. The ability to progress as an individual, as a soul, is what the rune for movement basically deals with. Now, it being drawn upside down as I drew it to myself basically means that this whole problem that this advice is going to be for is a lack of movement and a lack of an ability to progress spiritually and to achieve higher levels of understanding. So that's what we're going to be addressing when we hit this second rune, as the rune for movement being drawn upside down, which is considered reversed, for overview in this 3-rune set, which is a simple set, a simple reading, but one that can still be very useful. All right, here we go. We have a rune for harvest. Now, the challenge basically is what this rune is for, Jira, harvest. And this is the same up and down. And now, since we drew the movement rune for number 1, and that's the overview, the second rune is the challenge. So, harvesting our inability, our ineffectiveness at achieving our goals, at realizing our dual nature of spirit and body, is really the challenge here. When we have a problem with our ability to become a whole individual, as the first rune basically explains, we have an inability to engage on a spiritual, material, and personal level with ourselves, a lack of movement. We can harvest the situation. We can take the situation and turn it into our favor. We can accept the problems that have come at us from whatever corner they happen to come from, and basically grow from them. We can grow as an individual. We can grow as both a soul and a person in society, and we can grow in our goals. And we have to harvest the even the lessons from inability, from our inability to achieve. We have to harvest these lessons, learn from them, learn from failure, and the failure to learn from failure basically defeats the whole purpose of human life. We have to keep on learning, keep on growing. So the second rune, being in the position of challenge, is challenging us, and that rune being harvest, Jera, is challenging us to take advantage of our inabilities, to take advantage of our lack of movement, our difficulty in being who we are and connecting to ourselves on multiple levels. To take all that failure and make it into something that is useful, that can further us, despite this seemingly negative upside down rune of movement. The challenge is very much something we choose to take on. Now let's draw the third rune, and the third rune is going to be the action. What do we do in cases like this? Here we go. Awaz. Okay. Awaz is the same up and down. It doesn't have a reverse. This is the only one of these runes that has a reverse, a rune for movement. Awaz is basically a rune, and it's drawn for the position of action, what we should do in this rune reading. There being only three spots. Awaz is a communication with everything above and below. Everything we view as being above us, and as maybe even our highest goals, our highest view of reality itself. God, gods, basically understanding if you don't believe in God, consciousness if you do believe in God but still believe in consciousness, or don't believe in God, consciousness being kind of higher consciousness kind of being the peak, or the ever-expanding infinite peak. Communication with that down to wherever we are along the Awaz rune, which is this right here. I'm not sure if you can really see it. It's probably better in that spot that I had it at, but basically communication is the action. We have to resolve our inner disabilities to communicate through different parts of ourself, even with not just what we believe in, but not down from higher levels to this level, but within ourselves. This rune is very much a rune for communication within oneself. We have to resolve the communication between our ego, between our id, and at the top, our superego. What we view as goals, what we view as the best we can be, or the path. And the ego being the mitigator between the id and the superego, and the ego being our personhood. And we constantly are taking on these ideas of what we can be, what we should be, and what we love, what we admire, and our impulses, our desires, which is the id, which would be at the bottom of Awaz. And communication and resolution between these faculties is very much what this means in the action section of this 3-rune spread. We have to communicate between different parts of ourselves, and we have to communicate and resolve issues between different parts of what we believe exists in reality. But this has been a rune reading, a basic rune reading, and I hope some of this advice has helped you. And feel free to comment in the comment section or ask questions. And this has been dealing with runes of the Elder Futhark. I made this rune set myself, chopped the branch up, carved these runes in, and basically this rune set is very potent because it's connected to me and how I processed it. But feel free to like this video if you liked it, or dislike it if you didn't. But I'm always open to a conversation in regards to these different runes, and really anything. So thank you very much for watching, and you have a great day.